Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome to another daily episode of our Halifax Raiders Draftable Franchise Mode here in NHL 24. So I'm not probably going to do daily episodes starting next week just because there probably will be like the start of the NHL season, obviously, and with roster updates hopefully coming soon. We will be starting up our Jet series as well. But yeah, we're up here at the start of another offseason, basically, and looking to add some more good pieces to our roster, obviously, because we are still not a good team. We have yet to win our first game in franchise history after 2 seasons. But we are getting some very good positives, like Mauricio Wilm, who led the team with 63 points, which is pretty damn good for a draftable team. As you can see, 36 goals and 27 assists. He also developed himself a zone ability. And you also still got good point production from guys like Palin. Guys that played alongside Wilm like Rolison and Ponikarovsky also did pretty solid. So I'm hoping that we continue to get a lot of growth throughout this offseason and at the start of next season as well. That'd be great, because soon enough maybe we'll have actually some 70 overalls on our other lines other than just Wilm, which would be really nice. And yeah, we'll see how the goaltenders end up developing. Obviously their stats are still really terrible, but hopefully they are better next season. But anyways, before we get into the draft, I do have a lot of comments to go over, so let's get into those. So I'm not going to read all the ones that are mentioning this, but let's just go over to the first one I see that mentions it. So the first one is from Hockey Guy 88, who says, good to see some improvement. I would take Lehman with your first pick, and Lehman has been the consensus through a lot of you guys. Like Dustin said that he would choose Lehman. Michael Doe said he'd like to choose Lehman. Husky, I think, was saying that he would draft Lehman as well, but if Winterberg falls to 3, he would take him instead. There's a couple other people that said Lehman, like Shankly Mania. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but he also said to take Lehman. And same with Trailer Park Boys. There's a lot of people that were just saying Lehman. So I'm like, okay, we at least have a consensus on who we want to take with our 3rd overall pick. The next comment is from Dylan Burrows, who says, take Walton with your 3rd round pick. And yeah, that's probably what I will end up going with. Dustin actually replied to him and said if he's still there, I won't be surprised if he's gone. I think he might be still there because he's supposed to go at 94th. And we are drafting, actually, yeah, he might be gone. There is actually a good chance he could be gone, which would really suck, but hopefully at least we could maybe grab ourselves a good goaltender, because like, I mean, if this guy's a fringe starter, that wouldn't be good, but if he's an elite goaltender as well. Like, I was looking, and this Pensick guy is kind of intriguing. So if for some reason Walton goes off the board, I might honestly go for Pensick or for the other Polish guy in Joey Korea, because might as well. So we'll probably still end up grabbing ourselves another goaltender. That way we could kind of have a choice between the 3 that we've already have. So there is that. Next comment is from the Red Phantom YT, who says you should draft a playmaker left winger to help Wilm. It would be worth it, and you might actually win. So I am going to be eventually not starting this draft, but looking more for a winger playmaker to obviously put next to Wilm. But I think obviously bringing in Lehman for a power forward would be good for that top line. So eventually maybe we could have like a playmaker, power forward, and a sniper on one line, because I'm pretty sure that's a good chemistry usually. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing at some stage, but I haven't seen any winger playmakers yet, so we probably won't be drafting any unless I find some in this draft in the later rounds. Also, Dylan asked, can you show the San Jose team, please? Curious on how they got there, so that's what we'll do. So that San Jose Sharks team went to the Stanley Cup Finals, so let's take a look at what their roster was looking like just for realistic purposes. So Hurdle, Couture, Eklund, Michael McLeod was brought in. I don't know if that's real in real life as well. Derek Stepan, who's recently just retired like a day or 2 ago, he is also there. Thomas Bordeleau, Philip Zadina, up to an 84, which does not make sense. Athanasiou is there, Donato's there, Morgan Barron came over there, Zetterlund, Tarasenko signed there, Barabanov, Kolasar, Robbins. Not the best forward core. And then defensively, they brought in Marcus Pettersson from Pittsburgh, I guess. They also brought in Burrows, I think, too, unless he actually goes there. Yeah, this is not the best looking team. They actually also drafted this guy who looks pretty good, so maybe he was playing. And then goalie-wise, they have Ville Husso, so maybe that's why they brought themselves in a good goaltender, and he was the difference maker. But yeah, that's that Sharks team. Next comment is from Saturn Otaku, who says, I've drafted low elite, low overall players, and while they get some growth, they peak before they could reach true NHL ready potential. Obviously, I hope that's not the case with staging here, but be prepared for disappointment. For the draft, I second picking Layman, as high ranking power forwards tend to sim very well. Speaking of sim, this whole thing is completely unrealistic. I would have expected your team to win at least a handful of games. Anaheim winning the cup is bizarre, and I also have a hard time accepting that Martin Jones is a Stanley Cup champion, though good for him all the same. And yeah, it's a little bit of a weird simulation so far. And the stuff you're mentioning with staging, I don't know, I know how they kind of grow in a way, but if staging ends up obviously plateauing as like a 78, I honestly won't be that mad because it's still like a serviceable player. Like right now he's in the 60 overall range after 1 year from a 49, so if he stays like a 79 overall and kind of just more of a fourth line kind of guy for us, I will still take that for sure, considering of how late of a pick he was. Anyways, those were the comments I got in the last episode. I think there was a couple more too, but there's just too much comments to go over for the start of the series. Like, I would go through every single comment, but I don't want to be sitting here for like 8-9 minutes reading through comments and then you guys end up clicking off the video and not watching the rest of this. But anyways, let's get to this draft in this entire offseason and see what we're able to do. Hopefully we can grab some good players, and yeah, hopefully Layman ends up being our pick. Hopefully the AI isn't smart enough to take him earlier, as Arizona has the first overall pick. And what's kind of ironic is I'm wearing an Arizona Coyote shirt right now, so hopefully they don't take Layman because that would not be nice of them. He's not supposed to go to like number 7, so we should be pretty fine. And yeah, obviously there's the franchise guy I forgot about. So Morozov should be going to Arizona, and Wennerberg should be going number 2 to Detroit, which of course Detroit would get themselves. Is Swede or is he a German? I don't remember now. Because if he was a Swede, that would make sense. Oh, it's a German. Wennerberg, I feel like it could be a Swedish last name too, kind of in a way. But I get that it's German. Okay, let's see what Arizona takes at 1. Are they going to get the franchise guy? Yes, they do. So 83 overall sniper is Morozov. We might as well take a look at what he's looking like. So he's better than Wilm out of the draft, because Wilm was an 81 franchise. So it's going to be interesting to see between Morozov and Wilm who ends up becoming the best player out of these first few drafts. We know who our better player is. Detroit at 2 takes Wennerberg, so there goes Wennerberg to Detroit. No X factors right now, but very balanced player. Like tons of 85s, very good skating as well. So there is Ralph Wennerberg. And now we'll take Layman and see how good he is. Completely off the board kind of in a way, but Alan Layman, welcome as well to Halifax. 82 overall, that's pretty good. That's the second best player in this top 3. So Alan Layman has joined the team. Okay, he's actually got a suite of abilities to start. He doesn't have a zone ability yet, but he already has 5 abilities. So that's actually really good, considering when we drafted Wilm, he only had, I believe it was, 3. So he's got Shutdown, Big Tipper, Truculence, Relentless, and Big Rig. Nothing really in terms of his shooting, but he should probably generate one of those because he's got great shooting across the board. His offensive awareness isn't high yet, but yeah, this guy is an animal. No real weakness on this guy, except for obviously his poise, which poise does not matter at all. And after that, his lowest stat is his shot blocking, which he doesn't really need, but I really like that pick quite a bit. And he wears number 69. Let's go. We got the ultimate meme guy. Let's go. So we got a number 69 for our team with the 3rd overall pick. Let's go, Layman. I like that. Now let's come to our pick at 34 and see if we're able. Hey, let's go. We're able to get Petterman. I guess the other guy must have went off the board that we were looking at potentially. Let me take a look and see if he did, because I haven't been looking through the draft after my pick, so I should probably do that. Because there was another guy that we were potentially looking at. We scouted out, but he's not supposed to go at the stage, I guess, or he already went. Just want to double check on this. Oh, there was Bates. That was one guy I was looking at, but you guys didn't see, because I was doing some scouting yesterday a little bit, like just looking through the players. This guy's a low lead sniper, 66 overall. That would have been nice to fall to the 2nd round. Tursenbaev, also a really solid one, 79 overall top 6 forward. Yeah, there were some pretty good players in this draft. Like, look at this. Oh, Kolosov was low elite. Oh man, so if we were to draft somebody in the second round, I could have went for Kolosov if he would have fallen a couple more spots, but the Sharks end up grabbing themselves a low lead, and then Griffith goes to Chicago. Yeah, this is a pretty solid draft so far. That means there might be some more low leads on the board, but I think we got to go for the guaranteed top 6, because Malkin, to me, I don't know if he's going to be actually a low lead. Marty Pope as well might be 2 years out, but it's no guarantee on that. So I think we got to just take the safe chance with Rudolph Petterman, who's a top 6, but he's another power forward to hopefully gives our team a little bit more size to it. So Rudolph Petterman, welcome aboard. He is a 66 overall. Pretty good. Pretty good. He's one of our best players already. And he's got pretty good shooting as well. So he probably will be on like our second power play unit, and then Lehman would be on our first. And then hopefully both these guys develop into being good goal scorers. But I like that pick. Now can we get that next goaltender? Hey, we have a pick at 67. Yeah, we could probably get the goaltender next in the third round. I was thinking we wouldn't be able to, but we'll see if he's off the board yet. Let's see. Let's go by goalies. He is still there till 94th. So I guess I probably should go with him for a third round pick, because I was thinking about other guys like this Kostitsyn guy might be good, but there's no guarantees on that. I don't know if we want to just keep on drafting forwards too. Let me see. When are we drafting next? When is our next pick? Our next pick is right around 93, 94, I think. Is 67 plus 32. Actually, 67 plus 30. Yeah, 60. That's 99. So yeah, I think we have to get the medium elite goaltender here if we want him. The interesting thing is there's another goalie that's supposed to go before that medium elite goaltender who might be even better to take. He's a couple years out. Is this a risk, though? Is he going to be just a starter with a much higher overall and not an elite goaltender like the other guy? Because there's supposed to be 3 goalies before Walton. We know Walton's a guaranteed medium elite. If these guys are going before him, is this a major risk, taking Nikitin instead? Because some of these guys look like they might have good attributes, but they honestly might just be like high overall players. It's a major risk, I think, but Nikitin might have to be the guy. Because his reflexes are almost guaranteed, but the other stats aren't. It does say no weakness for sure, and it is guaranteed he's 2 years out. While Walton is a full 5 years out. I'm hoping that Walton can somehow fall to us in the next round, but I don't think he will, is the problem. Oh man, this is a tough decision. I might actually have to take a timeout. Normally I don't take timeouts, but let's take a timeout here and make sure we're making the right pick here. Because why not? Because I don't think we need to get any of these forwards and defensemen at this stage. We'll get some next round for sure, but yeah, see, Walton's not looking that great on paper. I know he's got the good potential, but he's going to be kind of one of those guys we'd have to develop over multiple years. Like, he's probably like a 50-something overall. And then Nikitin's probably a high overall of the draft. I don't know if he's going to be an elite potential goaltender, though. I think he's probably going to be a medium starter that's like a 70 overall or some shit like that, which might be good. It might be better to have that type of thing, because medium elite goaltenders usually don't simulate like medium elite goaltenders. So this might come back to bite me in a few years when Walton's a beast, but I am going to take Nikitin here, I think, just because he's the higher overall goaltender out of the draft. If Walton somehow falls to us in the next round, because there is a ton of goaltenders, maybe I will still take him as well. But let's take Nikitin. He's 17 years old. He is younger, and he's a better overall out of the draft. So might not be the best pick in the world, might not be the worst. Let's see what Nikitin's looking like. 70 overall starter. I actually predicted the exact overall and the exact potential. That's kind of weird. I'll take it. I'll take it. Because I feel like he might be a better goaltender in terms of actually simulating, because I've had really big troubles with elite goalies in the playoffs. So Nikitin being only a starter potential, he might actually be a better goaltender in terms of the postseason. He is a butterfly goalie, which is interesting. But there is our pick, and we'll see if we are able to still get Walton. I don't think we will, because we don't pick till 100, so we'll see what the case is here. Let's actually go back to round 3 and see. He more than likely went late in this round. Bernstrom was also a starter, but much lower overall. Medium elite and Turkov, a grinder. Damn, that would have been nice. I didn't realize that. But of course, the Flyers draft a grinder. What else we got here? A couple top 6 forwards. Nice. Backers a fringe starter. Glad I didn't take him. The draft class definitely has dipped off a lot. Walton was medium elite. Yeah, I thought. Well, we knew he was medium elite, I should say. But he goes to the Jets. 48 overall. So you can kind of see why I leaned more towards the high overall guy. Because Walton being that low. I mean, he might be a goalie that pans out medium elite wise. But he might honestly just develop to being a normal starter anyways. Being that low. So might as well just take the guy that's a higher overall. There's another medium starter in Korea. He goes to Montreal at 32. Interesting. Okay. I think we made an okay choice to go with that guy instead. But obviously a medium elite goalie would have been nice. But I think getting a starter is also not a bad option. Especially with him being a 70 overall. So we'll see if he develops into being something. Did we have anybody else still pinned that is still available? Yes, we do. Oh, Watton's still available. See, that's why it maybe was a good idea, because we still have the chance to take Darcy Watton, who we don't know for sure if he's going to be that good of a player. He might be a low elite power forward, though. If he's a low top 6, I'm going to kind of scream a little bit, but he might be a low top 6, but he's 5 years out, so it makes me think he's a low elite. And yeah, that would be really, really solid to add to this team. It would be another power forward, so we literally have 3 power forwards from this draft, but Darcy Watton, welcome aboard from Denmark of all places. Low elite, let's go. 53 overall. I'll take it. So he was low elite. I was thinking he was maybe going to end up being a low top 6, but there we go. He's definitely more of a project player, but still, we are starting to develop a quite good prospect pool between the low elites from last year and this year. So, what else can we get here? We should probably go for some more defensemen to fill out the defensive core now. Because Hivnikov is 5 years out. Maybe he's a low elite. Let's just pin him for now. Mateo Bradley. We can't really tell that he's 5 years for sure. Some bottom 6 forwards. Let's just sort by potential here. Grigorenko. 5 years out guaranteed as well. We could take him next round potentially if we want to. Markov. 4 years out guaranteed at 20. Interesting. We'll pin him for now. And then Ladipov, 5 years out as well at 19. But I kind of want to go for a defenseman right now, I think. 5 years out for Teuton. I think we're going to take Hivnikov with this pick. And then next round, I might lean towards taking Markov or Grigorenko. And then the other one, if I can, in the next round. But I think we're going to take a defenseman here because we haven't taken any defenders yet. So, Pavel Hivnikov, welcome aboard. Medium 7th D. Not the best. Only a 54 as well, but at least it kind of fills out our top 6 defensive pairing a little bit. But yeah, that's not a great pick. That's definitely our worst pick yet of this draft. Round 6 now. Let's see what we got. What do we got here? Yeah, this class has definitely dropped off a lot. There's this Grigorenko guy who might have tape to tape, which is kind of interesting. He might be a medium top 9, but I really doubt all that. Manny Chimera. Apparently Jason Chimera had a kid in Switzerland. There is still Markov and Grigorenko we are looking at. Do we go for one of these guys? See, Grigorenko being 4 years out at 20 makes me think he's going to be a high overall, but I don't really know what that potential is going to look like. Like, it might be like a low top 9, and he might be like a 65. Let's take a chance with him. Let's take a chance. 59 overall, medium bottom 6. That's apparently 4 years out. Yikes. Not a good pick there either, but at least it gives us maybe more options on our roster. And our final pick, we should probably take another defenseman because we've been taking a lot of forwards here. Cadman McLaren. Let's take Cadman McLaren here. Get ourselves another defender. Boom. EM 7th as well. Oh well. At least it fills out our defensive core a little bit more. So there is our draft. I'd say we had a pretty good first 4 rounds. And then obviously after that, it was pretty crap. But we got Lehman, we got Petterman, Nikitin, Watton, Hivnikov, Markov, and McLaren. Not too bad. Now we got to get to the re-sign stage, which obviously won't be that bad because we just got to bring back random other players right now. Yeah, I'll just keep our head coach and stuff like that for now. We'll just keep on to the coaching staff because we don't care. We'll eventually start looking for a new coach. Probably, maybe at the start of next season, I'll look instead and fire our current coach. We'll see what our roster's looking like at that point. So there is that. We also got some scouts to bring back. Are these guys worth bringing back? Let's see. Almost everybody's A+ in their region now, but they don't have the best overalls. And maybe I'll just bring them all back for now, to be honest, because these guys are still developing their stats a little bit. Might as well let the staff kind of grow with us, so to speak. So we'll bring back all those scouts for now, but we eventually will start replacing them. Depending if, like, I'll look at definitely if there's any out there right now, or once we get to the free agent portion of this, and we will bring them in. So let's get them all signed up. There's quite a bit of them to re-sign, actually. But yeah, we might honestly just fire them right after signing them, which sounds like a douche move to do, but we're going to end up probably doing that if we see any better ones out there. Okay, re-sign stage-wise. So now we could actually start to let go of some players and bring in, obviously, our guys that we just drafted. So that's going to be 4 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goaltender. The good thing is our goaltender is AHL eligible if we want to play him in the AHL, but he's likely going to be our starter for this upcoming season. And he probably will end up getting us a win, I'm guessing, because he's a 70 overall. So we have to make a choice, though, at the start of next season if we want Dave Cameron or if we want goalie as our backup in the NHL, which is going to be interesting. There we go. Okay. So all those guys are signed. Let's go to UFAs. Let's just let go of this Mackinnon dude as one of the forwards that we need to let go of. We also need to let go of 3 more forwards and 2 defensemen. So let's say who we gotta let go of here. Let's let go of you. Let's go let go of you. And then we gotta let go of you as well. A couple defenders too, if there is any. And there we go. And then we also got to let go of a goalie in Gar. Actually, we don't need to let go of Gar because we need to have still one more goalie. So Gar needs to come back. We'll just qualify all these guys. Unless they're the 15 million ones, then I'll probably offer them less. Oh, now they're trying to get $2 million each. We'll just do them some contracts instead of just qualifying them, I guess, at this stage. As we still need a lot of these guys to fill out our AHL roster for now. Until we're a couple years more into this, then we'll eventually have a lot of our prospects in the AHL instead of these random European guys. But I think the team is starting to come together, which is good. We should probably make one of these guys get 15 million, but I don't know where we are going to be cap-wise. Maybe I actually will give one 15 million. So, hey, dude, you want $15 million for a year? I just want to make sure we're at least like cap compliant. But we'll give one of them 15 million. Obviously, starting next off season is when Wilm is going to get to the RFA status, which means then he's going to be probably our cap whale in a sense, because he's probably going to demand quite a lot of money, my guess. Let's see. Yeah, all these guys for cheap. And once that is done, then we are... Oh, this guy wants 1.2 as a 57. We'll do the qualifying offer instead as 965. That's kind of weird. There you go. 775. Man, there's so much guys to re-sign for the AHL always, but once we get to the stage, like I said, where we have all of our own prospects, it won't be as bad. But right now, it's a little bit on the tedious side of things. But I'm very excited to see what our lines are looking like next season, because I think definitely we are going to win at least one game, because now we have Lehman to add to the mix on that top line. And the other power forward and stuff like that, or other power forwards, should hopefully provide some good depth scoring by comparison to prior years. Because in prior years, obviously, for these first 2 seasons, we haven't really had that depth scoring. It's been Wilm and the top line and nothing really else. So it would be nice to get some depth scoring from this team this year. And hopefully get that first win in franchise history. Or a couple of them, I should say. Okay, those guys are all dealt with. Let's see. We are good to go. Let's advance and see if we get some guys accepting. We got some coaches accepting, which is good. Oh yeah, also I forgot that I must have left morale on when I set this franchise mode up, which is kind of frustrating because some players are not liking the current situation about losing a lot of games, but we're going to have to deal with it. We are going to have to deal with it. So all those guys are accepting. Good, good, good. We still have 35 million in cap space. We might need to sign ourselves another rock, so to speak. Yeah, we might need to sign another guy. We might need to sign another guy. Yeah, we'll probably do that just to play it safe once we get to the free agency portion. There's a couple more scouts accepting. I wish that notification still was a small notification in the corner instead, but oh well. Apparently one scout didn't want to come back, I think, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go first to free agency and get ourselves another cap whale. So we will just go UFA and we will go to the lowest overall player, which is, there's some players that are going undrafted. I honestly could start taking undrafted players in this series, but I don't know if I really want to, because there's sometimes low elites that escape through the draft, but right now there doesn't seem to be. A lot of these guys are just wanting ELCs, so I need to find an older guy like this dude and then just give him a lot of money just to make us a little bit more cap compliant. There you go. So that is all good and ready to go. Now let's take a look at the available scouts, see if there's any scouts that we could bring in to replace our current ones. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's a lot of good scouts actually in terms of overall. There's a lot of them, yeah. We might be able to replace our entire coaching staff. Or not coaching staff, scouting staff. Because right now we have a bunch of C's. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 scouts are going to get replaced this offseason, I think. So yeah, we're going to fire all 13 of these C-rated scouts and replace them with B ones. So 13, I got to remember to hire 13 of the top scouts if they want to accept. And obviously I will do this kind of like rewiring of where they go in between the episodes, so you guys don't have to sit through me basically just adjusting where they are. So you won't have to worry about that, and that way we'll have scouts in every single region. And then hopefully our scouting number, like this part, gets up to A+ on all these guys, so that'd be good. Okay, so let's go to hire scouts, and let's get 13 more scouts into this team. Jeez. So that's 2. I need to sort this by overall right now. There's another one, so that's 3. There's 4. There is 5. I think this is the most scouts I've had to sign in the offseason. 6 right there. 7. 8. 9. 10. A couple more to go. 11. 12. 13. There's actually a couple more Bs. I'm going to sign a couple more. 3 more Bs. Let's sign a couple more Bs. 16 offered. Okay, that should be good. And then we will get rid of a couple of these B- for now as well and replace them with Bs. There we go. Let's get that done with, and let's advance a few days. I think that's all we really need to do, right? So let's see if we start getting these scouts in, which we more likely will. because of course they're all going to accept. But yeah, hopefully these scouting guys could find ourselves some pretty good prospects over the years, and hopefully we have a good draft in terms of next year, in terms of like actually knowing what players' potentials are. So this might be a little bit of a longer episode. I realize I'm already around the 20-30 minute mark, so yeah, this might be a little bit of a longer episode this off season, but it is what it is. Obviously, we need to make sure that we have the right scouting staff for this team, so that way we could draft some really good steals in future drafts. Did we get all our scouts yet? Because if so, I'll just sim up to start next season. 17 out of 20. So there's probably still a couple that are trying to sign here. Yeah, 2 more. So we could still sign 1 more, so we might as well sign 1 more scout as well while we're at it. There we go. So let's see if those ones accept. It looks like some other teams are interested in those scouts too. But let's begin the sim up to next season. As we get Rikus, we get Pusher, and 1 more. We do not get Selleck. Okay, we need to still maybe get 1 more, just to make sure we have full scouting repertoire of people. Let's see, is there another good overall one? No, there's only C's now. Damn it, man. Okay, I guess we'll get stuck with another C again. But there we go. We have almost a much better scouting pool, I think, for this upcoming year. And those guys should be really good region efficiency-wise within a season or so. Oh, he rejected it. Whatever. We don't really need him anyways. Hey, look at that. Bjork finally accepted. Okay. A lot of people are losing morale because of acquiring players with the same role. Are you kidding me? I honestly don't get the morale system sometimes, but oh well. I'm excited to set up our NHL lines here, so let's get and do that. We'll also take a look at all the new guys we drafted in this episode as well, even though we're already around the 33-minute mark. Might as well. So let's go to roster moves and call up everybody we need to call up. See what kind of full roster we got. So we will call up goalie for now, but if you guys think Dave Cameron should be our backup, let me know, because there's a chance maybe he should be instead. Defensively, we are going to send down Hedberg and Larabik. We're going to call up McLaren and Kozhivnikov. So we got a full defensive core there. We also are going to call up Pitton and Watton. And send down Pistic and Macchiato, or whatever you want to say. Left wing wise, we don't have anybody down there in the minors, so that's okay. Center wise, do we got anybody to call up? Yes, we got Markov, we got Finley, we got Gerbovsky, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. So we'll send Hervinen down. We will send down Oofing and Jacobson. Yep. Perfect. Okay, let's go best lines for now and set this up. See what we're working with. So, Gerbovsky is a playmaker, right? Low top 9. Markov is bottom 6. So Markov I would probably rather have on the 4th line because of that potential. Low top 9 and Sherov as well. So Sherov could stay there. I'm actually liking the looks of how this team is starting to come together. Stajan is the top liner I don't really want. Let's see what we could do here. I still want to kind of try Stajan as a center, even though he's not a center. But, Finley's the best at the face-off, so we'll go with that. Yeah, this team is starting to turn around. We actually have a full forward core almost, too. Let's see. Watton needs to definitely be in the lineup, so Watton will get in as a 3rd liner instead, I guess. And then Finley was bottom 6, we said? Yeah, Finley could go down actually to the 4th line here. Markov will go over to this side. We'll move Pin over there. Grabowski there. I like that. So we have a full forward core now of players that we drafted, and we also have a full defensive core of players we drafted, which is pretty damn nice. And then goalie-wise, we have back-to-back goalies too. So we got a full roster. We got a full roster. And obviously, I need your guys' opinions on who to put on power play units and stuff like that. If we want to make our power play work as best as possible here. I guess Palin should be back on this power play unit as well, so we'll do that. I think we got to make sure this is set up properly here. One probably should be on this power play over Finley. Petterman's already on there. Sherov's on there. It's okay. We'll take Palin off the second unit and give it to Kolesnik because he's meme elite. Yeah, we'll probably run with something like that in penalty kill. I'll just leave that for now. But this team is starting to come together. We got a pretty solid top line. There's then Ponikarovsky. I mean, he's low elite, so he might jump up playing with these two a lot, which is what I'm hoping for. Petterman, Sherov, Rolison. I might move Stajan up instead of Rolison, to be honest. Yeah, because of the potential. Rolison will be third line instead. Let's see these guys. Yeah, that's good. So that's going to be our forward core, and then this is our defensive core for the season. We could actually technically flip things around if we really want to, but I think it's fine the way it is. And goaltending. Good. Let's take a look at our new guys and what they look like. Let's see if we have any crazy looking faces, and then I'll be it for this episode. I know this is a bit of a longer one, but it is what it is. I didn't want to go to a different team. I wanted to go to centers first. So did we draft any centers? Yeah, we drafted Markov. Yuri Markov. Let's see what Markov is looking like. See if he's got any crazy hair or any cool gear. This is Yuri Markov. Pretty basic. We're number 92. Yeah, pretty basic look. Nothing too special. Not even the skates, really. He does have a nice stick, though, and a SDX Sturgeon. That kind of matches with our jersey, which is kind of nice. What else we got here? Nobody else on center-wise. Left wing-wise, we got Alan Lehman. So let's see what our third overall pick is looking like. Also, guys, drop your predictions down below on how much goals and points you think Lehman will have next to Willman his first season. So this is Lehman wearing a number 69 as we saw at the draft. What is his hair looking like? Not really much hair. Pretty basic dude, but he does have a Sherwood retro stick, which is pretty cool. So this guy might be a very old school guy for being a young dude. I like it. Gotta love it when a power forward has a Sherwood retro. Goddamn. And then we have Rudolph Petterman, the second round pick. We'll see what this guy can do. Maybe he'll be able to hit 10 plus goals this year as well. Let's see. Pretty basic. Does have different colored laces on his skates, which is kind of neat. I didn't want to go to that. I wanted to go to his head style. Let's see. Pretty basic look too. Nothing crazy. He does have some nice warrior gloves though. So there is Petterman. And then we head to our next pick, which is Darcy Watton. So the fourth round pick, right? Yeah, I think he was the fourth round pick. Or was he a fifth rounder? I don't even remember. But yeah, Watton, anyways, what is he looking like? Okay, he's got a bit of a cool look. He's got some nice skates. And in terms of his beard, he's got a pretty nice looking beard. Pretty basic hairstyle, though. Rocking a 74. Pretty cool. So yeah, drop your predictions on a lot of these young rookies and stuff like that. What you guys think they will do. And we'll see what ends up happening when we get to next episode. So we got two more defenders to look through and one goalie. So Cadman McLaren. What are you looking like? Do you got a crazy look to you, or are you just basic? Basic indeed. Number 9 as a defenseman is kind of interesting, though. You don't see a lot of defenders wearing a number 9. So I don't mind that quite a bit. And then our final skater, I should say, before we get to the goaltender, Pavel Kozhivnikov, the right-handed defenseman. These guys are pretty much just stopgaps for now, but we'll take a look at them anyways. Okay, he's got some pretty crazy hair. Nothing too special, but still looks like a pretty okay defenseman. And then we'll look at the goaltender, which obviously he's going to have just normal black pads for now, but at some stage maybe I'll customize the goalie pads to fit our team's scheme a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he's wearing some Brian's Vintage. That's interesting. And this is what his face looks like. He's got the little stash. Interesting. I do like that he's wearing Brian's Vintage, even though it's all blacked out right now. Brian's Vintage is a pretty cool pad set. So there is that, and that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of our Halifax Raiders Draft Glory franchise mode. So in next episode, we will simulate all of year 3. We'll see how good these youngsters do. Hopefully we get a lot of growth from other guys, and hopefully other guys other than just Willem start developing X factors so we could start getting good chemistry. And obviously, I think starting maybe next offseason is when we're going to start looking for ourselves for a new head coach that works better with this team. That way these guys can maybe take it to the next level. So anything down below, and I'll see you guys next time.